show you how to play Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin. If you want letter notes for that, go to LetterNotePlayer.com. I have them there for you. Let's start with the right hand. There's so much harmony in here. You're going to work it best if you practice sometimes hands separately and then put them together. We start off with an F chord with F in the middle, C, F, A. And then we move immediately to a C, G, B flat chord, like a C minor or C7. As a passing tone back into the F chord with F on the bottom. So we go C, F, A, C, G, B flat, F, A, C, and then all the way down to this A and C right here. And when you have the left hand, you've got an F and C, and then you come up to the B flat, C, and back down to the C and the F. You come back to the B flat and then the C, and then you go back down to a C and an F, and then extend to the A. Then we're going to come up with a D and an F, E, D and F, E, F, G, and this is going to be B, E, G in the right hand. So that first little bit together, it'll sound like this, slowly. F chord, hit the A, still the F chord, and you're moving to a D minor chord, and then to an A minor chord, back to the F chord. So you're going to go D, F, E, F, and then we're going to go to a G. It's like a G7 chord with an added with an added 6 in there. That's what you've got right there. So we'll have. We're just going to play off the melody here with a little playful E flat D, E, E flat, D, E, E flat, D, E. So you just, when I finger that I go, and I use these three fingers. So I hold everything else, G in the F, B in the G, and then play in the middle there. But I've got that E to start with my middle finger. So I slide off it to the index finger then. We're going to go to a C minor 7 chord. See, we got the C, E flat, G, B flat, but we've got it spelled out with C, B flat in the left hand, E flat, and you've got a G sharp in there, so it's kind of a strange thing. It's not really a true C minor chord because you've got that augmented G in the middle there. So you've got this E flat, G sharp in the right hand and C and B flat in the left hand. And then you do another little change with that D, E, E flat. Then we're going to go to an F and C in the bass and a D and an A in the treble. So you got two open fifths. You got so the D and the A carry a D minor sound and the F and the C carry a F major sound. So you got together. Or you could look at an F7 with that added 6 in there. So you could it could be just a jazz chord with an added 6 in there. But you got a couple of tonalities represented right there. And then we just do it all again. This time we're going to add the 7th on that F chord. The F7 is F, A, C, E flat. We're going to add the 7th in the left hand. So you got E, E flat, F. And then we go to an immediate G minor sound with a G, B flat, D, B flat. This time we're going to play off the G flat and the F. Go to an A and an F sharp and a G flat and a C. So the F sharp is just spelled inharmonically two different ways because we got the A, C. So it's probably, that's kind of the sound that we've got there. We've got A and F sharp in the bass and G flat and C up here. And then we're going to play off of that F and the G, G flat. part, you're definitely going to want to play this next part hands separately to start with, because then you've got. So let me play it hands separately so that you can see it. You got a B flat chord with the B flat in the middle, F, B flat, D. There's your B flat chord, and you're moving to that B flat chord. Passing tones, you're going to use these C's, right? C and E right there. So you're going to go B flat chord, C and E, B flat chord, and come down to a D. And you're going to want to have a finger in there so you can get this E in there. So you got to have it D and an F. Then you're going to go E, D, D flat. And then we're going to use that D flat to walk back up. D flat, F, G, D flat, F, A, D flat, F, B flat. And then we're going to go to an F chord, F, A, C, F, A, D. Kind of a D minor 7, really. See, that's that sound we're getting. So we're starting off with an F, A, C. Going to an A minor sound there, A, C, E, and we come down to a B and an E, D, D flat, C. Then we're going to go C and F and G, C, F and A, and it's going to kind of resolve to a peaceful B, F right there. It ends up with a G chord. And then all we do adding that is we sustain the G and the D and have A, D, E, F, G, D, E, G. Lift off it, play that G7, and take everything down a half step. So this goes down a half step, and this goes down a half step, B flat, E. And just play, I always play it short. Hit that, and then we start the same thing on A flat. This time we work. This time we go down a half step. And when we hit that G flat, we're going to hit a C and a B flat in the bass. G. And then we do the same thing that we started with, only the right hand is an octave up. And this time when we come down here, we play the full F chord. So that's where we're headed. But now let's work the bass line through this little section. Now here's the key. The first time you hit a G and an F, and then you go to an E, F, then we go to a F, B flat, to the B flat, G, A, B flat, A, and then all the way up to a D, D, E, E and A, D, F and A, G, A, G. So now I'm going to go real slow putting it together, and I'll talk to you a little bit about it as I go. We've got that G minor 7th sound, and then the key for me to think about it is the first time I'm going to go up to an E. The second time I do this, I'm going to go up to a D. So the first time you're going to go up to an E with this, and so it'll go. And then that F is with the B flat sound. When you come down here, you're going to have F and B flat in the bass and D and F in the treble. And then when you turn, while you're turning that, you're sliding to a B flat. And that B flat becomes the basis to walk back up. So you're going through a D, you see you got B flat, D, F, D flat, F, G, D flat, F, A, D flat, F, B flat. So right back to that B flat minor chord again, but you got to. And then we keep going up with the right hand and move in contrary motion to the left hand, put the A in the bass, but this time go up to a D. And then we get to that E, and we're going to come all the way down. Now this is tricky, because you got to have an E and the A in the left hand and a B and an E in the right hand. So, now once you master that, you can put them together. And then we're just going to walk it back up. The F and the A go with the C and the F. G goes with the F, C, F, G, C, F, A, and we resolve all that to a G chord. right hand up and play those E flat, D with it. So you hit this, the G and the D, establish it. And then work out your own fingering for that left hand, because you've got it. Now what I'm doing every time consistently, I'm letting the right hand play the first two notes, and then I'm coming in with the left hand. And the next one is going to be this. The same thing that we had down here, but you're going to have E flat, G sharp. So we're doing the same things. And that's going to play a D, E. Then we're going to the D and the A, and the F and the C and the bass. And you hold that top note all the way through that. When you do that, if you're holding with a pedal, you can hold it with a pedal, but you hold that through, and then we do it again. And then this we just play with the right hand and sustain the left hand, just like we did before, only it's up an octave. Doing the same thing that we did before, but we're up an octave. Now here we're just going to hit an F. Just an F to a B flat. You don't have to hit that, just hit the F. And then we're going to go on up with that. We do the same thing. Now right here, I want you to remember to put your index finger on that C. So we're going to go and drop an octave for that D. That's tricky too. The reason for that index finger, because that'll set you up for the next chord. So we're going to go A, C, F, A, C, G, and then a C, F, A, which sets us up for this. So through that section, I'm going to go slowly so that you can see it. Whoops, up an octave. Then we've got this F. And here we've got... Now see, if you put that thumb like I just did, if you put the thumb, it's going to mess you up for this next chord. So we've got... If you hit that with your index finger, you're okay. Otherwise, it's going to mess you up. We'll start there with the B flat. And then we go to the A. Come off of that A, we go up to a D, remember. Now here we go with that. There's our chords, and we come back. Now, for this next section, you're going to have B flat, F, A. And you're going to have bop, 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 bop. So you've got the same rhythm all the way through, but you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then you change. You actually have 10 in both of them, but you have a little interchange in there, and where that's going to fall. Now here again, you got fingering. It's going to work best if you then cross under with a thumb, because you're going to have to go back up to the C. So, and you got to remember that B flat in there. But, so you got. Now what you do there is the first note, you play the two left hand notes with it. Then play the right hand and play the left hand notes So let me slow it way down so you can see how it fits together. Now I'll take it up to tempo. Just think, what I would do is practice that hand separately and then put it together slowly. Because the right hand is just going to go. And then we go on, and the left hand is just going to be. So you've got B flat F D F A, and it goes to a B flat E A, and put them together. And you're going to have to make your hands work together right there because they don't want to naturally do it. This thing wants to keep going. Don't let it just do it. Do doubles. Now this last section, the last tag right there, you might want to practice that hand separate too because you got D and B flat, and then E A, E flat D, E flat, then the E flat and G sharp, E flat D, and then E and A to an E flat, then to a D and B flat, then to an E and C to an E flat, and then now you can either hit this C, D by itself and then hit the A, or hit them all together. It sounds a little better if you hit the A with it. And then you just repeat the A and play the melody. Hold that and end it with this C. Now the reason for that is because your melody is... So your melody line is A, B flat, C, down to C. And when you put those other notes in there, you don't hit that last C. So you've got this. It kind of disguises the melody. So you're going to hear this. But if you leave that A out, it sounds a little more melodic right there. So I'll put it all together there at the end and you can hear it and slow it down just a little bit so that you can see it. And right here we've got hold this C and the D through there. Then lift off it when you go to the S. And the last chord, you're just going to have it very softly in both hands. A C, D, F, A up here, and an F and a C down there. So you basically got an F chord with an added 6 in there. Hit it soft, sustain it, let it off. Up to tempo. Have it. Piano solo part for Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin. Hope you enjoy it.